PWBA welcomes you inside ABC West Lanes in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania for the finals of the Greater Harrisburg Open. Today's shootout match features 15-time titleist Anne-Marie Duggan, WIBC Queens champ Kim Terrell, and making her 4th straight telecast, Kendra Gaines. The winner of match 1 will take on 23-time titleist Leanne Barrette, and the survivor of the semifinal match will face the 2001 runner-up to Player of the Year, Cara Honeychurch. Hello everyone, I'm Leanne Schmidt, joined by the lady who made 18 telecasts last season, Carolyn Doran-Ballard. Thank you for tuning in, especially the dads. Happy Father's Day. Hopefully we'll bring you some high scores. Carolyn, the scoring pace this week, 2nd highest this season, but not through the roof, a 220 average to make the show.
High scores were definitely the name of the game this week. We bowled on a 44-foot non-sport pattern. Made it very easy to get to the pocket, but the carry was very difficult. With having to average 220 or more to make the telecast, these ladies obviously found a way to conquer the carry contest.
Well, with this condition, we ended up with 3 finalists that have already combined to make 11 TV appearances this year. So for Honeychurch, Gaines, and Terrell, obviously it did not affect their success.
When you have the self-confidence in yourself, your game, your equipment, your physical ability, there is nothing that they can put down that's going to stop you. I know from past experience that when you get on a roll, you get those breaks in match play, you trip a couple of 4-pins, and you have confidence to boot, you're going to be very, very hard to beat, and these ladies have it all.
Well, on the flip side, 2 of today's finalists are making their 1st appearance this year, that being Leanne Barrette and Anne-Marie Duggan.
It's hard to believe that these 2 ladies lack in anything with a combined total of 38 titles, but they do. Leanne has lacked in confidence, her concentration, and some motivation. But this week, she bowled well from start to finish. She now feels she has some help getting back to that championship form that earned her 23 titles. On the other hand, Anne-Marie Duggan suffers from 2 things. She's doubted herself in her bowling ability because she wants to be where she feels she belongs, and that's back the #1 position. Yet on the other hand, she's wondering what the future holds. Is it time to start a family? Knowing Anne-Marie as well as I do, she will find the winning combination to have it all. Jan, I think the ladies are ready to bowl. Back to you.
Thanks, Carolyn, and I'll bet Anne-Marie will find that winning combination right now as she's sitting down getting ready for that first match, along with Kim Terrell and Kendra Gaines. We talked about the high scoring pace so for this week and 2nd highest on the season, and that's what they bowled on this week. A surface was synthetic. 25.7 milliliters was the volume of the oil per lane, and the length of oil 44 feet. It was not a sport pattern, so it was a little bit easier than the typical sport pattern, but not as easy as most of the league conditions. Kim Terrell with the opening shot. And as Carolyn mentioned in that open, carry was tough sometimes. Kendra Gaines, 28 years old. It's her 5th year on tour, and boy, has she started to see the success out here. Finally, 4 consecutive shows. Big strike for Kendra, and I welcome Carolyn made it to the booth here.
Sorry about that.
It's a long hike up from the lanes.
Well, one of the things the 3 ladies in the first match have in common is Kim and Kendra especially, they worked on building their confidence. Kim ended the year great last year, and Kendra this year is starting right where she left off.
Anne-Marie Duggan, 39 years old. That's about the time you start to wonder about family and things like that. Anne-Marie's last show came last fall in Lancaster, Ohio. She's always close. She's just been missing that one edge to put her over the top, and that's what has helped her, trying to find that.
One of the keys this week for Anne-Marie was she said she never felt like she was out of the pocket. She had a consistent reaction throughout the whole week. She made some really good ball choices, kept her cool, and here she is today.
Well, Kim Terrell's another lady who told us she felt, you know, it was her best tournament start to finish. That seemed to be echoed, the sentiment echoed by all the finalists this week. But Carolyn, what are we, 5 weeks in now, 6 weeks in, you start to get comfortable, and it's not too long, and you're comfortable with the pace and being on tour life again. I mean, after a long break, it takes some time to get back into that.
You're definitely back into your routine, you know, and you get on that roll. I mean, Kendra was bowling good from the very first week, and then it just led to the next week and the next week, and really that's what happens. And like I said, the routine, you know your days off, what you're going to do, and your days of practice, what you're going to do. So it's very It builds the confidence extremely to another level, really, and that's what all the women want.
For those of you right now that are watching us on ESPN2, the NCAA Home Run Challenge will air later, as we will switch in a while over to ESPN. Anne-Marie Duggan now up in the second frame. Big strike for Anne-Marie Duggan.
Kendra gets a little further right than she had been playing. Ball doesn't quite make it to the pocket. Leaves a 2-8. Spares it.
Okay, spares goods, but Kendra said she didn't like the morning condition, the fresh shot.
Not at all. She said that was her weakest block. She didn't have enough surface, and she said even up to the last day of match play, she still didn't have any balls in the morning that had enough surface on it where she could get a good read in the middle of the lane. That's where she said she lacked her roll.
Kim Terrell now working on a strike. Match will leave it, and that picks her up by 10 pins temporarily.
One of the good things you see about Kim that she's really worked on, she used to wait till the middle of the match to get a little more aggressive and get herself into the match. Ever since that victory, she comes out from the very first frame to the 10th frame, aggressive every shot.
Light again for Kendra Gaines.
Now, we also might be experiencing a little carry down, which happens on our TV pair, although this week a lot of the ladies tried to play further right. The outside part of the lane got a little bit tighter as the week went on both the left and the right, and it forced the ladies to play more in the track area.
I'll tell you, Anne-Marie looked really good last night in that position round. It was so close, including yourself. Everyone in contention within 40 pins, 4th to 9th.
Actually, it's very exciting. You know, it's nice to see when there's, 5 or 6 girls in contention for the show going down the last game. It really builds a lot of excitement in the bowling center, and I think the fans really enjoyed it.
So Terrell and Duggan tied for the lead right now, both working on doubles.
And Kim said one of her weaknesses this week, if she even had one, because she was very happy with her performance all week, was that she was slow getting out of the block. And really that was pertaining to what I said. Even when she'd get on TV, she was a little slow to get started, and through the middle of the match, she'd get real fiery.
Big strike. It was interesting. I did take a look at that when she told us that last night. And she started her blocks, like the very first block, with a 167, but averaged 215, and then the third block a 194 and averaged 225, 194, at 171. So except for the last round, Kim Terrell started her rounds very weak.
And it has to do a lot of mental training. You can't get down on yourself. You have to realize that there's a lot of games to bowl yet.
And this is, I believe, what Kendra didn't like in the morning. Now, we talked to her about surface. Did she try different surfaces?
I spoke to her before they started, and she has a little more than she used, but not as much as some of the other girls used. Leanne Barrette was using a bowling ball right out of the box. And she used as much surface as she could. So
there's a look at Bob Pike. Happy Father's Day to Bob. That's Anne-Marie Duggan's father. He travels with her on tour.
So I would have thought that Kendra would have had maybe one ball with her now that had just a lot of surface on it to maybe give her a little bit of a different read.
Well, the ladies are just settling in, and it's Terrell and Duggan in the lead. I hope you're settling in for the rest of our event. We'll be right back. We're back through 7 frames of the Greater Harrisburg Open. Anne-Marie Duggan in the lead right now by 14 pins over Kim Terrell, by 59 over Kendra Gaines. Kendra Gaines struggling right now, but she needs to think back to a couple weeks ago. In a flashback, 2 weeks ago, she said, "Give me live TV and give me a partner." And with the help of Melissa Brownie, the Gaines Brownie team defeated Michelle Feldman and April Ellis, 214 to 196. We're live with Kim making a shot there in the 8th frame. Big strike. That draws her within 4 of Anne-Marie Duggan, and that was Kendra Gaines and Melissa Brownie's victory in the PWBA Women's Collegiate Pro Doubles Challenge. Kendra right now just trying, there she goes.
Moved a little bit, looks like she moved a little bit further right, go a little more up the lane, has a little bit of a better reaction. Past player and bowler of the year.
Now you know what that feels like now. It's a great feeling, isn't it? I would guess.
Yes, and an absolutely fantastic feeling. And I'm telling you, Anne-Marie is throwing the ball well. She looks confident, and she likes her reaction. She finally is on TV and feels comfortable with what she sees. Last time she was on TV, back in October of last year, she wasn't very comfortable, and it showed. Now, new year, new Anne-Marie.
Kim Terrell needs to keep striking here. She's now down again by 14 pins. It's her 9th frame setup.
Kim also, great reaction. We know that her confidence level is at a new high, and she's making the shots when she needs to.
Well, Kim Terrell having no problem out of the blocks tonight or today. Kendra Gaines now, the best she could shoot here would be 200. She's really out of this match, but just trying for pride's sake to strike out.
And she's made some better shots. Moving that little bit right really helped. Got the ball to read the lane a little bit sooner and roll up into the pocket.
Big shot here for Anne-Marie Duggan to hang on to that 14-pin lead. And oh, really, really nice shot. She's looking over it. Some kind of noise or something bothered her apparently on that shot, but it was a great shot. Didn't carry the 10.
Looks good. Got it out to 8-9 where she's been playing. Ring 10. Can't do anything more than that. She wants to be able to get up, make good shots when she has to, just like she did last night to close out that match against Kendra. She did it here today.
So right now, Kim Terrell actually will be able to close out this match. Since Anne-Marie did not strike, she could strike out for 255. Anne-Marie Duggan, best she can do is 248. So 2 strikes here and just a few pins will do it for Kim Terrell.
We've had some very close matches on TV. Always come down to the 9th and 10th frame. Makes it really exciting.
29-30 record on television. She's trying to even it up right here.
Shot, and there goes that 7-10, no doubt.
I was gonna, it looked like it would stand for just a moment.
Gets it off her hand nice and clean, gets it to the right just a little bit, and the ball comes back and blows away the pins. That's what you're looking for.
Well, Kendra Gaines will just finish out, but a great week. 4 in a row. Kendra Gaines, way to go. We'll probably see her next week again on the show.
Well, that's the first time she's ever made, this is the first time she's ever made 4 shows in a row. Another confidence booster. I mean, she's throwing the ball great.
Okay, 1 strike and 4 pins for Kim Terrell.
Another good shot by Kim. I don't know if she was a little sure on that when she came back and kind of gave it a sigh of relief.
It was pretty light, but it carried. So she'll just need 4 pins here to wrap it up, and Anne-Marie Duggan holds such a great game.
Another good shot. Looks just like the first one, just comes up a little bit lighter. Still blew the rack.
As you said, Carolyn, twice already today, and I said it came all down to carry this week, just like this game right now. Anne-Marie Duggan with every ball in the pocket, but 3 no carries. Kim Terrell getting the strikes.
Perfect. Great finish by Kim. Anne-Marie has nothing. I mean, she has everything to be proud of. She bowled great to get here. She bowled fantastic all week, and she looked great on TV, making some really good shots. I think she's going to be very happy with her performance this week.
And she'll be doing a lot of things working with Anne-Marie Duggan at bowlingballmall.com. I know her husband Pat works very hard on that. You can get all the things that are difficult to find.
Yes, and also her mother-in-law, Mary Dietz. We'd like to wish her well. She's not feeling so well, and just let her. We want to let her know that we're thinking about her and hope everything is going well for her.
Big game here for Anne-Marie Duggan. You would think it would be enough. And she's saying now they carry, of course. I mean, one would hope that a 248, if she strikes here, she will have, would be enough to win this 3-person shootout.
Well, this week there were a lot of matches, 255 to 248, 260 to 250.
So Kim Terrell will move on. We'll take a quick break, and while you're away, I want you to think about the best advice you ever received. I'll tell you why in just a moment. Final score of match one, Kim Terrell 255 to Gaines's 155 and Duggan's 248. It came down to the 10th. Kim Terrell needed 2 strikes to wrap it up. Here's her first one.
Another good shot by Kim.
Gets light carry, and she needed no advice here for this one. She just packed it in the pocket.
A great finish by Kim. Anne-Marie has nothing.
Congratulations to Carolyn Dorn-Ballard, who was nominated for an ESPY Award in the Best Bowler category. Carolyn, who won 7 PWBA titles in 2001 and broke or tied 11 PWBA records, is joined by PBA bowlers Jason Couch, Parker Bone III, Walter Ray Williams Jr., and Pete Weber for this prestigious honor. Join ESPN for all the awards live Wednesday, July 10th at 9 p.m. from Hollywood, California. So look at some of the records that Carolyn Dorn-Ballard broke last season. 18. The old record was 15 shows, 985 games bowled, 25 games on TV, 16 match wins, 217 average on TV, 7 titles, and they go on and on and on. Incredible stats for this lady as we're getting ready to finish up the semifinal match. In this humble announcer's opinion, you by far have the best stats of any bowler out there from last year or any year.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's kind of nice to see when you see it up on the screen. I'll tell you, it's a little shocking every time I think about it. I'm going to have to get in gear, though. I'm falling behind off of last year, aren't I?
Yes, you are slacking, and I'm very disappointed in you. But for now, just, stick with the program here in the booth. Yeah. Kim Terrell.
Another good shot out of the commercial. Sometimes people get a little slow, get a little tentative. Another good shot. There's a ring 10. Good shot. Gets it into the lane. Gets it out to 8, 9, 10 there. Ring 10.
Kim actually had evened up her wins there. It's at 29-30, but she now has 30 wins. She won that first match. So she's trying to get to the plus side there of her wins on TV career-wise. Titleist this year, Kim Terrell won that Queens. Michelle Feldman.
St. Clair Shores Classic, Kim Adler. St. Clair Classic, Kendra Gaines and Melissa Brownie, the Collegiate Pro Doubles Challenge.
And Brenda Norman.
Our first-time winner, Greater Terre Haute Open.
Right now, Kim Terrell in the lead by 41 pins as she steps up in the 9th frame. The only one left in this show that has a chance to become a repeat champion this year. Unusual last year, we had several repeat champions. You were the first one, I believe, winning 2 of the first 3 weeks.
Right, now Kim has that chance to be the first one to win 2 titles this year. But knowing Cara the way I do, I'm sure she's going to have something to say about that.
Covers that spare easily enough, and Leanne Barrette has a big following, and kids, well, everyone likes her. The fans like her. It was interesting to see that her caddy back from Omaha last year, Nick Reidler, he came all the way from Omaha to be here to caddy for her. He was there last week too. That's pretty impressive when his dad brought him all the way out here.
She looked like she threw that one just a little bit slower. Ball read the lane a little bit better. High flush.
Well, unfortunately, as she trails by 40 pins, stepping up into the 10th, the best she could shoot is 207. So Kim Terrell will just need some pin count here.
Well, since they're traveling together, I guess then Kim has to buy Leanne dinner tonight.
Leanne going high, and obviously not happy with her performance today, but she has to be happy, and she is happy with her performance from the entire week. As she said, most consistent she's felt in a long time.
Absolutely, and not only that, her concentration level was a little bit better this week. She's really struggled with that. And not only that, she also didn't have to come from behind this week. She finally was up there. She stayed up there, stayed consistent, and she was very happy with her performance.
Leanne Barrette is approaching that $1 million mark. She may make it this year. Her career earnings, she's at $943,960. 1968. So we're anxiously awaiting our 4th PWBA millionaire. Kim Terrell will get to step up in the 10th and really not have to bowl. That's a nice feeling.
To have the match won, maybe try something else just in case.
I'd go with that.
Yeah, with that type of reaction, I'm not sure she wants to try anything.
She has everyone applauding. Great crowds here this week, all week. I walked in last night and you couldn't really walk through. A lot of crowds here.
We always have a good crowd in this area. People are very nice. They really go out of their way for us. Oh, there you go. See? Exactly.
Yeah.
Things are going your way. They're just going your way. Barely hits the head pin and topples out the 2. Can't ask for anything more than that.
Not often that the head pin trips the 4 and the 4 trips the 2.
Now, you know, if Kim does win, though, it's a 2nd victory this year, and could be on her way to the leader of the Player of the Year race.
So it is Kim Terrell who advances. Of course, when we return, it's the class of 2002 in this week's WIBC Extra Frames. Greater Harrisburg Open, ready for the championship match. One of our 2 finalists will receive that trophy. Large crowd on hand here. Oh, little gal there enjoying the match.
And she's rooting for everybody. I don't think she has a favorite. She's just rooting right along.
It'll be Terrell versus Honeychurch. Kim Terrell has moved up through the field. And looking very strong. Just a few 10 pins here and there.
Absolutely good shot by Kim. Change balls, something that goes a little straighter, right across the lane, pick it up.
Kim Terrell, a 3-time Robbie Award recipient. That given to the player by that best exemplifies a professional image both on and off the lanes, voted on by her peers. And interesting, when she said her best piece of advice, I think I remember her saying, to be a good person is more important than being a good bowler. Well, that is rare. You usually wouldn't see her miss a single pin spare.
She's shaking her head. Could have just been a mental. Looks good going across the lane. Just scoots right off. That's that oil in the middle part of the lane, just taking it right off into the gutter. She's not happy with it.
Cara Honeychurch, who grabbed the lead in the last game last night. It was unbelievable. Leanne Barrette, Cara Honeychurch, every other game they exchanged the lead last night. Fortunately for Cara, it ended after game 8. Unfortunately for Cara, it doesn't start too good tonight.
So a lot of 7-10s this week. Like I said, everybody was getting into the pocket, but when you came in light, a lot of 7-10s. Looked like a good shot, but just couldn't kick any one of those pins out.
3rd year on tour. 7 titles already. She's already 30th in career earnings. Boy, she's really just...
Well, she decided to come over and just take it by storm, didn't she? You know, 3 years, 7 titles. That's just not a bad record.
She told us she loves this country, and I can see why.
There's my 2 ball caddies sitting there on the side. Cara's swing this year, seeing how she's averaged week to week, and it's funny, she says she doesn't bowl as well during the week or average as much on the non-sport conditions, yet this year her highest averages have been on the non-sport condition. So see, I don't think she's given herself enough credit.
No, that's true, and those stats and averages compiled by the Ebonite Tournament Coordinator. That's our official software for the tour. And another split.
She probably tried to help that one. Goes light on the right lane. Makes, you know, sometimes you make the mental adjustment on the left lane. Gets it a little right of target, pointing it a little too much. Leaves the big 4.
So she'll just go for wood on this one. Takes 2 and so far.
I'm not sure. Everybody's going, you want it? No, you can have it. Let's see. A little early in the match yet, but still.
Interesting beginning to this championship match. The scores have been pretty good all week as well as tonight. But Kim Terrell has been lined up, just that one missed spare. I have to believe she'll continue to hit the pocket.
Good comeback shot. Almost left the 4-9. 9 went down a little slow there. Only leaves a 4-pin. Looks like a good shot. Gets into the lane nice and smooth. Little high. But only leaves the 4. She'll change balls. Shoot right at it. Cross lane. No doubt on that spare conversion. In a championship match, certain things could be going through your mind. You try not to think about winning, but it may creep in every now and then. You just really need to focus on one shot at a time.
(17-7). We talked about the match play record, and that is what got her to this show.
Got that one a little right, comes in light. Shaker 7-pin. Now, lanes could be changing for Kim a little bit. She looks like she threw that one a little bit harder than she's been throwing it. You know, the adrenaline is flowing. Your championship match. Looked like good shot, but left the 7-pin.
Kim now looking to cover up the 7-pin. No problem there. Sports Center will be coming up next with Reese Davis and John Anderson. Atlanta's Tom Glavins goes for win number 12. And the Cubs look to sweep the White Sox in Chicago. That's all coming up next.
Okay, Cara went light on this lane the first shot. Let's see if she makes an adjustment. A little softer with her ball speed, let the ball roll. What did Cara key in on this week? She mentioned it over and over again in her interview. I played with my ball speed. I threw it harder in the morning when the back end's hooked, softened up at night when the lanes got a little tighter. Softened up a little bit, ball rolls right into the pocket. And she likes it.
Fourth appearance in 2002. This is back-to-back for Cara. She made the show last week.
She also said on the longer patterns, she thinks they're closer day to day. Her adjustments aren't as big. There's the shot for Cara. She's running it out over onto lane 38.
I'd be running it out too after starting with 2 splits. Big double on a Cara Honeychurch in the 3rd and 4th frames. Kim Terrell now in the lead by just 1 pin. See some of the other finishers 6th through 10th, actually 6th through 9th. All of those ladies in contention up to the very last few shots.
Wendy McPherson, our bowler of the decade. Kim coming back with a strong shot.
17th place, Maxine Nabel. A lot of talent from Australia. And Susan Jaworski with a good showing again, cashing in her last 3 events.
And number 23, Nicole Spradford, amateur, making her very first finals this week. She was all pumped up, and she runs out every shot, and she looked great. Throws the ball fantastic.
Yeah, that was exciting to see her. She was in the top 24 all week.
Mm-hmm. Bowled very well. Very nice girl, too. Very nice. Ooh, good shot by Kim. It looks like she softened up the ball speed a little bit. Let the ball roll into pocket on that lane. Another ring in 10.
Well, she'll just keep converting them, and you would think that she will find a way to continue to strike. She's done it every match.
Well, this is what happened during the week. Last 2 games, Kim blowing the rack. Ring 10s were falling. Now we get into another match, and all of a sudden they're standing. And this is what happened pair to pair. You could have it to shoot 260 on one game, shoot 2-0, and never miss the pocket.
Well, will Cara Honeychurch capture her first title of 2002, or will Kim Terrell become the first two-time champion this season? Stay with us to find out. Story on her, and Bob Hafer is on hand here from the Patriots News, and this is his last event. He's retiring. We want to thank him for everything he's done for our sport, for our tour, and we wish you well, Bob. Score right now, Kim Terrell in the lead by 1 pin through 4.5 frames. We're at ABC West Lanes in Mechanicsburg, PA. I'm Jan Schmidt along with Carolyn Doran-Ballard. It's the championship match. Cara Honeychurch now in the 5th, working on 2 strikes. She can take the lead if she strikes here.
She also had the highest TV average, 241 on this pair, I believe.
You're correct. She likes this pair. And she ran that one out, but the 7-pin still standing.
Looks like she threw that one a little bit harder, left a flat 7-pin. Cara, this is the ball Cara used all week. She felt like it was going a little long in practice. She scuffed it up a little bit before her match. Kept her ball speed the same. Liked the shot. Wasn't happy with the reaction, but she'll get up to shoot the spare. She thought the lanes were a little bit tighter than what she'd bowled on. More towards the end of the week when they got a little tighter for her, especially in the night block.
Covers it up and now trails by just 2 pins. We're midway through this match, and I want to take a minute. We get so much help from the women's bowling associations across the country, and I know sometimes we don't get the opportunity to thank them, but we couldn't do it without them. I know Rockford and Greater Terre Haute and Greater Harrisburg, the ladies out here in Mechanicsburg, they have been just tremendous in doing everything we need, and we want to let them know we would not be able to do it without them. 6 straight cash. 4th, top 5.
Model of consistency.
And she has been ever since she came on tour.
She likes that one. As soon as she let it go, she started running it out. You never count Cara out. She's just not that type of bowler. She's always there, 100% every shot. Great shot. And boy, she liked it. She was running it out, and you can tell by her look.
Kim Terrell now in the 6th, up by 2. Looking for a strike here, and you talked about, you know, could she get a leg up on the Player of the Year race?
Oh,
not
good
with
shot by
that.
Kim. We saw the same thing on the same lane with Cara. Shot looked good. She let go of it. Looked like a good shot off her hand. She stayed down with it. Ball's coming into the pocket. Just doesn't kick out to 7-10. Pins just go everywhere except into the 7-10, laying on the deck and in the gutter.
So it's still a close match. She'll try to make sure she takes one, and she does. So she now trails by 11 pins. Kim talked to us earlier about why this was her best tournament from start to finish.
Had a hard time really seeing a clear picture on how to play the lanes, and this week it all made sense, and I'm happy about that. And then plus I was just consistent from round after round and stayed close.
Consistent, she said she was for the entire week. Very, very pleased with that. Oh, a little bit high, but a 4-pin standing.
Seems like she's playing that lane just a little bit further in, a little more direct up the lane. Broke a little hard at the end, left the 4-pin. Both ladies making very good shots, especially after the first 2 frames.
So with regards to the Player of the Year race, Kim Terrell, yourself, Carolyn.
Oh.
I'll get back to that.
Yikes.
Wow.
Well, you're changing to a ball with a shiny ball that's not going to hook. 44 feet of oil on the lane. If you get it in that middle where the oil is, it has a tendency to slide by, and that's just what happened. Happened on the 10-pin, happened on the 4-pin, and she knew it when she let it go. She needs to regroup.
So Cara Honeychurch now up by 22 pins, and maybe I won't even discuss the Player of the Year issue I was talking about, but Wendy McPherson, yourself, the one who have won recently the Queen's Tournament to start the year, have gone on to be Player of the Year.
Isn't that amazing? Yes, but I'm going to have something to say about that, I think, this year.
Oh, you are?
Not personal. almost another 7-10 for Cara. Only the 7-pin stands, but that was a close one.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Seems like she's throwing it a little bit harder. Barely gets the 10 out and only leaves the 7. And one thing Cara needed to key on this week was keeping her ball speed consistent. And she seems on those last few shots, she's thrown it a little bit harder. The ball has not rolled and kicked into the pocket.
And she wants to stay clean on that spare, and she does. Honeychurch now in the lead by 22 pins as she sat on the bench for those 2 frames of disaster for Kim Terrell. But this match still a close one.
And the last 2 shots on this lane have been a strike. She's made good shots, got the ball into the lane a little smoother. Yes! Ball rolls up and hits the pocket. Wow, she is excited. I gotta tell you, Cara gets excited and she gets into what she's doing. But let me tell you, I mean, she is running out every shot. It's so great to see. I love it. But
she told us that's something she wanted to do more of.
Mm-hmm.
Come on! Yes! Come on!
And I'm all for it.
I am too. We had a conversation on this last week, how important it is that,
Kim. Another good shot by Kim, but you know, you get into that mode where you've left a couple ring 10s, you left a 4-pin, now you're trying to make the ball strike, because now you're down in the match, and sometimes that hurts you. You need to just keep doing what you're doing, make good shots.
Kim going to convert it, finally settled down. She almost tripped that pin, just a bad break.
No doubt on making that spare, though. She threw right at that, a little bit harder. She's not very happy right now. She shouldn't be. You know, she expects more of herself. She's a perfectionist. And missing single pin spares is something that everybody will look at you and say, gosh, you shouldn't do that.
That's right. And she now trails by 22 pins, partially as a result of that.
Got that ball a little bit further right, and it hooked back a little harder into the pocket, leaves another 4-pin.
Well, right now, she just needs to spare this and hope that something happens to go her way.
Threw it good, gets it a little right, see how it breaks a little bit harder into the pocket, almost left the 4-10. 10 was the last one to fall.
Covered up, and the best she can shoot would be 173. Cara Honeychurch working at a 186 pace if she would spare, strike, spare. Cara looking at the rack, trying to decide if she wants to shoot this rack or not. The player's allowed 2 re-racks in a match on television.
Fran.
She's trying to get tournament director Fran Deacon's attention. She wants a re-rack.
And they're giving her a re-rack on 39. I don't know what happened there. She's on 40. There she got the re-rack on 40.
And I think this may have something to do with those 7-10s popping up.
Could be. Oh, lane 39 dropped the 10-pin, I've been told. And unfortunately, you have to shoot at 10 pins, not 9. So we had to get a full rack.
She's only had 1 strike on this lane.
Throws it a little bit slower, got it into the lane smoother, and look, she's all the way over on 38. Oh my gosh.
Well, she talked about not having enough confidence.
Oh my God.
It looked like she has it now.
She gets the ball into the lane a little bit smoother. It rolls up, hits the pocket light, and blows the pins all around. No 7-10 there, and look at this reaction. Do you think she really wants to win this week?
I think so.
I think so too.
She
My
doesn't
goodness.
like going 5 weeks without winning. Did you see the Michael Jordan tongue come out there as she ran that one out? 33 pins up now as she steps up in the 10th.
Come on,
Needs
please.
some pins here.
Another good shot. Leaves a 7-pin.
All she needed, I believe, was some pin count.
Another new winner for this year.
No one repeating in six weeks.
Well, a lot of girls after last year bowling on the sport condition went home, worked on their game, and to be honest with you, people came out with a new attitude. They said, I want to win. I want to be a part of the action. And they became better bowlers. Talent out here has gotten a lot tougher.
I think she didn't know that she did not need that spare because she was holding her breath on the 7-pin. Well, she travels with her husband, Jim, and is enjoying it. She said he's enjoying it. I would imagine so. She's doing quite well for herself.
They just had some great landscaping put in their house, beautiful pictures, and just another check to add to the home improvements.
Maybe that's why she wanted it so bad.
Absolutely. Great comeback by Cara after those first two disastrous frames. And Kim, just another great week. She's on a roll.
Kim Terrell just trying to get out of there now. It's really all but over. But Kim should be happy with her performance, and she has 9 career titles, had those back-to-back majors. Good run for Kim Terrell. So Cara Honeychurch captures her 8th career title in just her 3rd year on tour. We'll be back to talk with her. Please stay tuned. The championship round finals of the Greater Harrisburg Open are being brought to you by the Women's International Bowling Congress, striving for 87 years to identify and fulfill the needs of women bowlers. By Travelodge Hotels, proud to be the official lodging sponsor of the Professional Women's Bowling Association. And by PWBA.com, the tour's official site for news and information about the PWBA and its athletes. Final score of this championship match, it wasn't pretty, but she won nonetheless, 195 to 148. Champion Cara Honeychurch of the Greater Harrisburg Open, and I know you're waiting for a trophy. Jeff Kohler, the general manager here at ABC West.
I think thunder has struck Mechanicsburg. So on behalf of the Bauer family and all their 3 bowling centers, congratulations. Here's your championship trophy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I'm sure you want the check to work on some of that home improvement. So Gary Bauer, the president of ABC Lanes Inc., coming out with the money.
Cara, congratulations. On behalf of my family and all the employees of ABC Lanes Incorporated, it's a pleasure for me to present you this big check for $10,500. Congratulations.
I'd like to thank the Bauer family and also to Jeff Kohler, the general manager. I'd like to thank Travelodge and also to the Women's International Bowling Congress. I'd like to make a special thanks to Ebonite for making such fantastic bowling products. And I'd like to thank all the Harrisburg crowd. You've come out all week and supported us, and it really means a lot to us, and thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, we hope you're enjoying this. We'll be right back to talk with Cara Honeychurch a little more. Please stay with us.
Cara, you were very animated there on the lanes today. You said you're looking for something to add to your confidence. What does today do for you?
Certainly adds a lot of confidence. Absolutely.
Well, I don't know if you did look very confident. You said you were worried about it. Were you trying to be more animated?
Yes, I was, because I think, you know, you're always out there and you're a little bit nervous, and I think just jumping around and using a little bit more energy helps to calm you down. So I did make more of an effort to be a little bit more animated and let the people know what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling.
And it worked. So Cara Honeychurch, go ahead and captures the title here at the Greater Harrisburg Open. She continues the top seed tradition of winning. Join us next Sunday again at 4:30 Eastern for the Empire State PWBA Classic from Bowlers Club in Latham, New York. Right now, keep it tuned here for Sports Center. That's coming up next. For Carolyn Doran Ballard, I'm Jan Schmidt. Hoping you dads out there had a great Father's Day. So long from ABC West. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.